What is going on, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. Before we go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Guys, it's been a long time since I actually spoke in the camera. Actually, feel a little nervous, it's been so long. But wanted to just chop it up with you guys. The name of this video is basically just checking in. This is basically my first video of the year, really just speaking into the camera. Because I've basically done a bunch of short videos. But anywho, man, it's been a lot going on, man. We're not even in February. It's a whole lot to unpack here. But I guess we'll start with the mass shootings because, you know, it's going to affect us. We have a lot of stuff that's affecting us as, you know, law-abiding citizens. But we had mass shootings in California, of all states, you know, several different incidents. And basically this harps on what we've been saying over and over again, is that you can lower a capacity of a magazine. You can, you know, try to stop the type of weapons that a person can get legally, but it's not going to stop a criminal from, you know, perpetrating criminal acts. And that's basically what happened. The guy had one of the guns was definitely illegal from what I've seen. And again, it just goes back to what we're saying. Politicians don't have solutions. They just have what we call filibusters. They'll say whatever it takes, you know, to smooth people over who don't know anything about firearms and coerce them to vote away their rights. Because the right to bear arms basically protects all of your rights, and they know if they disarm you, they're going to control you. But I would like to say my condolences to all the families that were killed in these senseless mass shootings. But again, this is going to continue to happen until politicians understand that de-arming the public is not the answer. People go to do mass shootings on soft targets. If I go a place and know that it is a gun-free zone, that is going to be a great place to perpetrate one of these devilish acts. Because this is a demon that does that. Anyone that can go out and kill people indiscriminately is a demon. You know, I don't care, you know, what background, what race you are. Evil is evil, okay? And again, my condolences goes out to the family. But, you know, again, it just goes back to what we've been saying, you know, lowering a magazine capacity, trying to tell you what kind of weapon that you can and cannot have is not going to stop criminals from being criminals. And that's exactly what's being exhibited in California. And guess what the politicians are talking about? More gun control. I mean, how much more gun control can you have? I mean, you tell me that I can have, what, 10 rounds max? You're telling me that I can't have an AR-15 in certain states, especially Illinois. I heard there's some pushback on that, and I'm almost ashamed to say that that's my home state, but they are pushing that type of legislation there where they're trying to make it so that you cannot have an assault weapon. It's going to have a trickle down effect on, you know, gun manufacturers and suppliers. A lot of gun stores, you know, talking about if this does go to pass, they will probably have to close down their business. Now you're playing with people's livelihoods as well as suppressing rights. And then you have the issues of the braces. You know, I just knew it was a matter of time that was going to happen. I just kept looking at the, you know, fine print in the ATF manual, and I just said, you know what, not for long, and here we go, not for long. It doesn't even make any sense, to be honest with you. You know, first and foremost, I don't know why they call it a pistol when it's just a short barrel rifle. There's no way that I can conceal a short barrel rifle and put it in my pants. You know, it just doesn't make sense. They just make up things. But if I give you $200, it's okay. It's not dangerous if I give you $200, but if I don't give you $200, it's a dangerous weapon, which makes no sense whatsoever. You know, they just continue to do things to suppress our rights. I mean, we're just getting it in from every angle right now, from every angle. And the only thing we can do is fight. You know, write the ATF over and over again. If you have to write them every day, write your Congress. You know, be active. You know, you have to march. And speaking of marching, there has been, you know, unruly criminal acts going on here in Atlanta where people are, I don't call it protesting, I call it being criminal activity once you start looting, burning property, and doing criminal acts. And what also bothers me is what people protest over. The things that people should be protesting about, they're not protesting about, but they want to protest about things that don't make any sense. They want, people are still with this mindset of defunding the police, like that's going to make us safer. And that's basically, what the gist of it is. It's about a police training facility in Atlanta. And I guess this group of people, they don't want that facility in Atlanta. So they're going around marching and burning up things. And then they're also threatening to do more, lynching and burning things, based on, what happens with the situation in Memphis. I know you guys have probably heard about it. The 4 cops and the gentleman, I think he got beaten to death by 4 cops. But again, no matter what you see in that dash camera video, it does not give you the right to go out and loot and burn people's property, especially business owners and homeowners. Do not burn people's property, because if you do burn someone's property or come on someone's property, they have the right to cancel you. They can use their Second Amendment right and cancel you, and that will be that. Okay? Because if I'm, protecting my property and I ask you to leave and you are an imminent and deadly threat, I will shoot you. And it's just that simple. And I'm just using it as layman's terms. It's just, it's a lot of people out here that are entitled, and they're using this entitlement to, wreak havoc. And what's going on in Atlanta is unacceptable. The governor has sent in the National Guards and said it is a state emergency. Because you have people that are out here entitled and thinking that they can get away with, doing criminal acts, burning down cities. That's not protesting. That's looting. There's a difference between a protest and there's a difference between criminal acts. When you're breaking laws, bashing people's cars, looting, taking things out of stores, destroying businesses, graffiti and all that kind of stuff. Those are criminal acts, and that's what's going on here in Atlanta right now. And lastly, I want to tell you about YouTube. YouTube, it's just it's actually a platform that has got under my skin lately. A lot of my friends have gotten their channels, shut down. You have people that have gotten strikes on their channels for no apparent reasons, and YouTube won't even tell you why you got a strike why you got a strike, period. You don't understand, you don't know, they don't tell you anything, and their verbiage is so vague, and you don't know exactly what you did and how to correct what you done. And it has discouraged me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna stop doing videos, but it has discouraged me, and it made me fall back a little bit. Because, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can show a gun. I just said, a gun with an empty bag. And I usually, I'm very safe. I do as safe as possible. I don't do anything that's unsafe. And I just don't understand why YouTube picks on the 2A community like it does when we bring in plenty of revenue. We bring in plenty of sponsors, and I just don't understand YouTube. I'm not a person that brings in revenue, but a lot of the bigger channels do. They've been picking on big channels, small channels, and they're not telling people why they got their channel shut down. Like, for instance, like Treetop Outdoors, to this very day, I don't know why he got his original channel taken down, and YouTube has not really given a good reason for why. And it's just like I said, just another angle for 2A people. We're getting hit from every angle. We're getting hit from social media. We're getting hit legally. We're getting hit optics-wise with all these mass shootings, because that's what politicians use as their driving force to enforce so-called common sense laws, gun laws, which they have no common sense whatsoever. Because disarming the public, legal people, law-abiding citizens like myself, only empowers criminals. Criminals are not going to abide by any rules, and all these mass shootings, that is criminal activity. You can have an age limit, and the age limit doesn't matter. The guy in California, when he was 77 years old, one of the guys, you can reduce the magazine capacity. It doesn't matter. Criminals are going to have the advantage if you do that. So they don't have any type of solutions, and they're not willing to sit down with us and come up with any solutions. Anytime you go into a place and you see a big old sign that says no guns, you should see countless security guards when you go into a place like that. If I see a big old sign that says no guns allowed, I should instantly walk in there and see armed security. And 100% of the time, or maybe 95% of the time, that is not the case. And like I tell you in every video, you are your own security. No one is responsible for you but you, not the police, not anyone else. You are responsible for you, okay? The police will not get there in time to save you. Violence happens in seconds, and the police will get there to you in minutes. They'll basically collect evidence. So until the police get there, you're on your own. You're probably not going to even be able to talk to the police until you take care of yourself. So, I'm just basically checking in with you guys. Want to just, speak with you guys, let you know my thoughts. There's been a whole lot going on, just a lot going on. The braces, I just still can't get over that. And they can't even give you a good reason for why, you can't have a brace on your firearm. But we got to continue to fight. We can't just lay down, because if we lay down and let them do this, with all future frostages on, short barrel ARs, they're going to just turn them into SBRs, and you're going to have to pay a tax stamp and get them registered with the government. I know they have the 120 days to make it happen. But even if you did comply, what about your future purposes? And that's what I keep trying to tell people. Well, I'm going to go ahead and comply. I'm like, great, go ahead and comply if you want. But guess what you're doing by complying is you are destroying our future. So we got to fight this power. We can't just sit there and lay down and say, oh, I'm just going to comply. Fuck no, we got to damn fight. It's one of those things right now, because the more we lay down, we continue to lay down, and give up, we're going to be stuck with a one shooter. We're going to end up like Canada, because they're going to continue to take until you dry. And we got to continue to fight, and we cannot just, cannot comply. You just cannot comply. I will not comply. I can't tell you what you're going to do, but I will not do it. I will not, call me a criminal, call me whatever, but I will not, because again, if I give into this, I am destroying the future for future gun owners. We have to fight. We have to lay down the foundation, of what our forefathers wanted. And that's what they had in the Constitution, was for you to be able to have the right to bear arms. And that is being infringed from every angle. And we have to fight. That's basically what we have to do. And I hate to talk about negative things like this, but, I've always been a realist on this channel. We have to fight, and we have to be vigilant. And we also have to be vocal on, things of this nature. But yeah, I just wanted to chop it up with you guys. I've been going for a while. I know I haven't been doing videos. Like I said, YouTube has demotivated me to do videos as frequently, but I promise to get back on it. But I just wanted to chop it up with you guys. I love all of you guys. I thank you guys, my day ones, and for everyone that has subscribed to the channel and everyone that supports this channel. I want to say thank you, man. I really do appreciate your comments. I like talking to you guys. Guys are like family to me. And we'll continue to come with more content. But again, the braces are stupid. The mass shootings are not going to help, and we're just in January. Can't believe it, man. Again, condolences to those families. The idiots down in Atlanta rioting, we can't go for that. That's just a definite no-no. Once you start having people entitled, thinking that they can, force someone's hands by doing criminal acts, you can't do that. That's when you start making deals with terrorists, when you start doing things of that nature. And like I said, Illinois gun laws, my home state, shame on you. Shame on the state of Illinois. But that's all I have, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay armed. Continue to protect the 2A community by using your voice. Don't remain silent. Use your voice and fight and fight. Write the ATF, write your Congress, do whatever you have to do to get the word out. But that's all I have, guys. 2A up. Catch you in the next video.